Hello, everybody. Welcome to Rewrite Your Reality with Reese. I am your host, and today I'm going to discuss time and your desired end in terms of reality creation and various ideas that pop up when you are thinking about these things, right? So, creation, evolution, becoming. You hear a lot of debate about creationism and evolution, and people very diehard way of saying these are distinct things that cancel each other out, right? One guy says God created everything, right? All the other stuff doesn't exist. The other guy says no, things just evolve over time. There's no divine intervention needed, right? But here's the thing: I see those ideas as one. They're one idea because everything is one idea. If you think separation in any idea, that means you're seeing separation from God and everything else, and that's impossible because God is everything. So when you start to see everything as inseparable from each other, you can make the bridges of how they connected show themselves to you, right? And here's the thing: that's the illusion, the separation, right? There's no separation, there's none. So when you think of a caterpillar, right? It crawls into a cocoon. It melts into like this mushy thing. Some people call it soup, which is very, very interesting. A sentient soup, right? And it emerges as a butterfly. What is that? If not evolution happening in real time, like a tadpole to a frog or an egg to a turtle or whatever. The caterpillar does not randomly decide that, okay, today I'm going to become a butterfly. No, it's already that idea. Caterpillar, cocoon, butterfly, one idea of creationism experienced through the evolution of that created idea in one go. One, one, one. No separation, none. Where is it? There isn't any. Right? It doesn't consult a manual. It doesn't say, okay, well, today I'm going to become something else. No, it is that. Right? The blueprint of the butterfly was already there, encoded within the caterpillar. The transformation is simply that blueprint unfolding. That's what ideas are. An idea is a form of creation, right? Creationism and the evolution is the unfolding, i.e., the time it takes to unfold the idea. They are one idea. And all a manifestation is explained to you in life if you just observe life itself, right? Evolution is just the experience of the unfolding of the idea. Right? Creation is the idea itself, the full and complete blueprint already finished in the mind of God, and God is all ideas happening in every moment, from every moment to every other moment in time, right? Well, not in time, but in like in now. Okay, we just perceive stages, the unfolding, because of what we call time, right? When you imagine your dream life, the one with wealth, with love, with freedom, with fun, you are glimpsing the blueprint of your butterfly self. But what do most people do? They switch blueprints midweek and they wonder why by the weekend they aren't doing whatever it is they want to be doing. Because changing it over and over and over until finally something sticks, you forget about it, and then you end up experiencing it. Right? One week you want health. Next, you decide that I'll be free of all responsibility. Yeah, then I want to go back to health. Well, what if it only, but only if it comes with some stipulation, right? You want circumstances to represent what you want, right? You're chopping and changing the blueprint and wondering why nothing evolves. The butterfly doesn't decide halfway through its cocoon that it wants to be a turtle or a chicken. No, it is what it is, right? Because it is what it is. You have the gift to be what it is you want to be, right? You have that divine gift where everything else consciously is being what it, unconsciously is being what it is. You are conscious to be able to be whatever it is you want to be. You can't be a tree, but you aren't here to be a tree, right? So pick the end, stick with the end, let the blueprint do its job because you are the blueprint doing the job. It's your higher self unfolding it for you. You don't have every clued in piece. You don't. You know you don't, right? You couldn't tell me how a light bulb, most of you couldn't tell me how a light bulb really works, right? So why bother trying to work it out? Just know the light's on when you put the switch on. That's it. You switched on. The light's on. Stop fiddling with the switch, right? People say, I don't want to work. I just want money to enjoy my life, travel, and do my hobbies. That's fair. It is, right? No one's forcing you to work. I don't really understand where that came from. But when you say, I don't want to work, what are you actually focused on in the affirmation itself, right? The focusing. You're focusing on resisting a means rather than claiming an end. Listen carefully. I don't want to work. I just want to enjoy my life. So you're not actually focused on enjoying your life. You're focused on how to not work. See, it's always there. Instead, I have a life that's wealth, freedom, fun, doing what I love, and I'm just paid however, whenever. It doesn't really matter. I am. Right? That's your butterfly. That's your experiencing of reality. So experience it like that. Whether that life involves work is irrelevant. Right? It might not feel like work at all. It might just be doing stuff, helping people, helping friends. Who knows what it is? I have no idea, right? All of it's part of this natural evolution of that chosen blueprint that exists. If the desire came to you, then it's yours, right? And when you fixate on avoiding work, you are unintentionally choosing a blueprint of resistance, not freedom. Right? The resistance isn't a butterfly, okay? It's just cocoon never becoming, right? You're always choosing this thing to become, and you never become it. It's always out there somewhere, right? Once you've seen the butterfly in your mind, i.e., holding the vision of your end, that is the idea that was done in heaven. Heaven's here, right? The physical unfolding, the evolution, is just heaven expressing itself on earth, right? That's what it is. Hell is your doubts and your fears experienced within. Heaven is your beliefs, knowing, and loving feeling of being I am, everything within. And your three-dimensional your three-dimensional experience is happening within your awareness. So there isn't actually a without, there's just your awareness of everything. Yet the caterpillar does not try to become the butterfly, it just surrenders to its own blueprint that this is what's happening to it. Right? This is the same with your character. Your character must just surrender to all circumstances that are happening, knowing that they don't matter, and your inner self, as your higher self, as your consciousness, as awareness itself, has chosen something that must be unfolding. Right? It is exactly the same for you. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. What's done in heaven, your imagination must unfold on earth as your lived experience. I don't know why I do that. Right? So, pick your butterfly. Choose the form you want to become. Hold that blueprint and let evolution unfold it for you as evolution itself, as reality itself, right? Just as it goes. However you want to phrase it, it doesn't matter. You know what you're referring to. Stop interrupting it by changing the blueprint every time you doubt or resist, because the butterfly is inevitably going to stay true to its design. It's not going to become something else. When you choose, you've chosen. And remember, this is the last idea I wanted to share this, but you are not here to do God good. You do good because it's just naturally part of who you are. You don't have to run around and do good. You don't have to go and do what you think is good things all the time, right? Because you are God now. You're not here doing God a favor. Whether you experience your dream life or not, there's a version of you experiencing it, right? In at the very least, idea and probability and possibility and potential that exists. You're not here to become some enlightened being over and over and over again, right? As if you have achieved something and then time goes on. Because that whole idea, the whole idea of the whole idea of believing you need to become this enlightened being, become one with God, go forth from there. That's still a limiting belief with the with giving up this with giving up into this idea of going forward as God, as if time is going forward, right? This idea of becoming enlightened, becoming one with God, doing good for God, and then when you are by God, you go forth in heaven along with God as time unfolds. No. No. God exists now. There's only now. Everything is created now. You're not doing God a favor by becoming God's number one little helper and then sitting with God and then carrying on. That's not it. It really isn't that. right? That is a human application, and it has a human interpretation of time and God mixed together. It's not that. You're not here to become enlightened. Some people experience enlightenment, or in that manner that we are referring to. They existed as every single part of everything that they have experienced right now, just like you. Every version of you exists. You are not building up good things so good things can happen to you after you transition from earth, right? Transition from this physical being. Your consciousness just goes off into whatever state happens after death, right? You are not doing that. It's because it's still a concession to time existing, as if you can build up some sort of repertoire in goodness, doing God a favor of experiencing a certain thing or not experiencing a certain thing, because all of time does not exist as time, it exists right now. The only favor you are doing God is experiencing whatsoever you want to experience in the manner you want to experience it. God is also bringing you other experiences that your higher self wants to experience that your character may not want to experience. But your character and your higher self don't often have the same intentional creation process, right? Your character just wants. Your higher self chooses to experience everything it is. So when you align with your higher self, accepting everything and choosing your end, you are aligned. So I'll say this again: you're not here to build up a repertoire of good things, of spiritual enlightenment, to carry on into the next life. You're not here thinking from a previous life as if karma is following you around like a puppy. Right? Life to life. None of that. It is none of that. Reality exists in all potential, in all of time, in all of beingness, in all of location, distance, whatever terminology that refers to any kind of separation whatsoever, it's not true. All of reality exists right here and right now, and you are perfect as you are right here and right now, even if you don't seem perfect as you are right here and right now. There is no other God. There is no other consciousness. There is no other you. There is no other reality. There is nothing to carry forth with you after you are transitioning into another life. There is nothing you have brought from another life. None of that. There is no spiritual bag that you are trying to fill to please anyone. Do not hold on to it. You are everything already. That's it. That being said, much love, much light, and I will see you all in the next one. Thank you for the liking. Thank you for the subscribing. Thank you for the joining. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the following. Thank you for the Facebook group joining. Thank you for the TikTok following. And if you want to reach me, email is in the description box below, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.